Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for Friday, August the 13th, and starting with the daily chart here on the ASX in very simple terms from wave 4 here to wave 5 here of minute degree. We're looking for 5 waves of minuet degree of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that's sort of where we are really, and the banks are leading us to the upside. Well, they didn't do that yesterday actually, but let's go in and look at the ASX on the intraday and also compare the banks as well. So the 4-hour chart here. So from blue wave 4 here to blue wave 5 minute degree here, we're looking for wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here to make 5. And of course that will make wave 5 of wave 3. We can just bring those down here a little bit. So yeah, we're traveling along quite nicely through all of this. I don't have a good grip on this particular trend in here. I haven't really had the time to really just sort of ponder all the little aspects of it, but you know, CBA is a little bit clearer. CBA had done its was doing its wave 4 yesterday, so we'll go and have a look at that when we move to the hourly chart here. But yeah, everything's going according to plan here. Don't need these guys. I want my other level back in though, so I want that back in there as 3 and 5. And yeah, so in a way here, just this number, most of you will think that 76 is important, and it is, but the 76.50 is going to be more important. And then we've got, this is all of group 2 here, so 65.72, and then the 800 here. So they're you know, that's all of group 2. So in terms of the uptrend, we really want the market to be in that 7650 as a tested support. Once it's in there, then it will just move to the upside. Getting in there will be a bit of an issue. It's also like here as well, while we're here, we'll just discuss it a little bit further, is the 700 here is the 600 and the 700 is important, but the 650 is where the trade setup will go. And it's kind of it's a little bit like this. I mean, we've got a little classic trading levels pattern in here, but it can be the 700 and the 600 can have tops and bottoms, but I find that after this, I'm exaggerating now, but this becomes the balance line in here. So for trading, this 650 becomes extremely important. So anyway, just making us aware of that before we get there. And hopefully I'll look at bringing in the futures market next week as well. I'll just see what version that IG Markets have, because this platform here is Pro Real Time, which is a French company, but IG Markets use it as a third-party application. So I'll have a look at the futures market and we'll look at those levels as well. I've been asked that, so I'll look at that. I'll get organised rather. Right, let's go to the hourly chart. So this is my count up here. So we've got wave 1 on the hourly and 2, and looking for green wave 3, which I might just move a little bit higher out of the way. And wave 5 here. Yeah, yesterday it was interesting because we kind of knew here that we had a little 1, 2 here, and because I'm thinking all of this is the A wave, a B wave and a C wave for that little wave 4 there, then 1 and 2 here, and then we still haven't finished 5 waves up here. This is likely to be 1 and 2 and 3 here, and so there'll be there's probably a little 4th there to get to the top of the 3rd wave, and then there'll be the 4th, and then there'll be the 5th wave here. But it did look like CBA had its 4th wave here yesterday for that. So let's just have a little look at CBA, because we have been using it as a reference point, and this is the daily chart, of course. So it's got the same low here as blue wave 4 as the ASX200, so they're kind of in tune. So we had that big down day yesterday on higher volume, so we need to see that start to support itself. It's, you know, if I've got the count wrong here, then we would be looking at green wave 4 here and back green wave 4 back here, but I don't think that's the case. I just don't think we're there yet for that. And but we know 8 is a profit taking number, and on Thursday we expected Thursday in our bullish weekly cycle to be the bear day. So let's see if that firms up for Friday and Monday. Let's go to the tick chart. So yeah, so from this wave 4 here, we've got the same as the ASX200 with green wave 1, green 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 in here. This could be counted differently. I still haven't resolved that, but still we were looking for that could be here with an A wave, a B wave and a C wave down here for that. I'm just guessing here a little bit. I'm not too fussed because I know the trend is still up. We were looking for a low to move into the 38.2% retracement level where that is. So that could all be good here, and we should just cruise on up now for this. Just some profit taking there, I guess, for folks. And yeah, so we're looking for wave 5 of 3. And then wave 4. So we'll just pop over here. That will probably break the trend line. And then wave 5 to the upside. So we're not finished yet, okay? I mean, originally when we're down below the 100, the 110 or just above that was our target. So we're still kind of there, but we always count the waves. We wanted to leave our stop out of the way because we didn't want to get stopped out by that wave 4 or Thursday, because Thursday's the day, Wednesday and Thursday are the days that take out your stops if you're a little bit of a trend trader. So yeah, we should see that push up now for that. So all good at that point. We're still didn't quite get there to take profits on that. Part profit, that percentage, just take some sort of percentage, and then we'll hold through this wave 4 and we'll get up into this wave 5 here for this. And yeah, so we've still got a fair way to go with all of that. Let's just have a look at ANZ while we're here as well. Yeah, so we're not finished here just yet, but as I mentioned before, you can see that the market's been shy of the major trading level 3 here before, so we just need to be a little bit aware of that. And yeah, so we can see that that's being hit. We can also, I mean, it closed negatively, but at the same time, we'd seen it close lower on lower volume, so lower volume is a correction. So it is what it is, a corrective move. So we should see that move up there a little bit higher. Let's just go to the tick chart and look at that. So it's pretty powerful. It's just sort of resting on our support line here, and we've got 1 and 2 here. And 1 and 2 here, and then we're looking at this being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Didn't really get our 4th wave like we were doing with CBA, so we'll just see how that goes. But being on top of breaking out of the trend channel here is the personality of a 3rd wave, and yeah, let's just see how that plays out. So if you're going to take, we can move that stop up a bit here. We don't just sort of too far away there, but we've got our 2 little trades in here, and you can look to take part profit percentage here as well for this. That's not such a bad idea. And as I've sort of been mentioning, while the banks are moving higher, then the resources are going to be moving lower, and this is where we need to be in. But when we get to the top here, you need to detach from your attachment and then we need to look at the resource sector more seriously at that point, okay? So that will be the switcheroo at that point, so don't get too attached. Just it's not a marriage, it's just an affair. So let's just be, you know, flexible with all of this. So yeah, but all looking good. Could I do this any other way? Yeah, just waiting for this wave 4 here, and just sort of a little bit unusual, but there we go. ANZ outperformed. There we go. Okay, for the resources. Okay, just going through my watch list. That's China on the daily chart there. Still in that little wave 4 there. Still expecting further downside for that. Iron ore was also down as well here, so we're looking. I won't go to the tick chart today, but we're just looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. They could certainly kick back up higher here. It hasn't reached its 38.2% here, so we'll just keep a bit of an eye on that. But it's not finished. When the banks top, then this will finish its low here, roughly speaking, and that's what we'll be looking for. And then we can start looking to go long in those other markets. But it's certainly not time just yet for that. So that's where are we? That's iron ore. India edged a little bit higher in the last session, so that's all good there. Nothing to do. We're going to take profit at the 1650. You might be able to suck a bit more out of it, but I'm not going to go into the tick chart and figure all that out. But spot gold, while we're here, just on the low here, from this low here, we've got 5 waves up here, which could be wave 1, we don't know that yet, but an A wave, a B wave and a C wave for the B wave. And then we've been working through this yesterday or the day before, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the third wave, fourth wave to pull back in here. So we'll need to have a look at that in one way or another. Probably something like that, but I'll need to double check that a bit. And that was the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. So yeah, I'm putting that one in here, and that will be 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave for this third wave, fourth wave pulling back to the previous fourth wave, and we should see that move on higher up here into this area through here. So not a lot to do here. Probably anyway, we can expect after 5 waves we can expect a correction. Okay, so I suppose that's going to be wave A there, and we'll come back for a wave B over here for that 50-60%, but may not, you know. I mean, we got to sort of had it already there. You know, it could be wave 1 and wave 2 here. We don't know that yet. That's what we need to sort of figure out. We need more. We need to see more data for that to play out in that regard. So we just need to be a bit patient at that point. It can be bearish too. So that's that. We want to have a look at crude. So crude oil here, we're looking at wave 3 with an ABC for the A wave. So we know that this is in 3 waves. So we know that this is corrective. So we know that we'll be pushing up once this is done. We're considering this being the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here for the B wave. And then down for the C wave here, we can look at the tick chart here. Not sure how much data we need. So okay, we've got the A wave up here, the B wave here, and we're looking for the C wave to come up there. Don't need these guys. They could come in handy, but yeah, so 1 and 2, and we're looking up for the third wave here. We could probably shake that up a little bit over here for that. Bring that across over here, and here, and here, and then we'll need to bring these over here, and this will be the C wave coming down here somewhere. To make wave C or 4. So once we're down here, we can start having a look at, we'll have a look at natural gas at that point, and we'll also look at Santos and Woodside and so on. But yeah, that's the if I just bring in a little bit more here, we can see the whole correction. So that's from the top over here. So I should just put in wave 5. But it's a tick chart really, so I don't need to do it here as much, but just to give you the bearing, so you got your bearings. I mean, the beautiful thing about this is that we know that the move down here is in 3 waves, so we know that we're in a corrective move, a bullish corrective move. We're not in a bear market. I know you probably didn't think that anyway, but it's just good to have it sort of confirmed, you know. Just helps. Okay, so that's crude and copper. We want to have a look at copper. So it's a little bit softer. This is my daily chart here for copper. So in a nutshell, we got wave 1 and 2 here of intermediate degree, and then we got 1 and 2 of minor degree, 3, 4 and 5 up there, even though there's no 5 for wave 3. Looking at this as an A wave here, a B wave here, and because that's in 3 waves, is that the case? We should be coming down further here. So yeah, probably have some sort of double bottom here, because that's the 38.2% retracement level from wave 2 low there to there, roughly. Yes, so that's 38 point. It can come lower, of course. It can come to like, well, normally we take the end of the wave 4 there, so you know it can come into that space. So we'll just need to be a bit diligent about that. But yeah, I can count this down here as 1 and 2 here, and then all of this is a 3rd wave and a 4th wave and a 5th wave. So we might just get one sort of extension down here and done. That will bring us over to the Australian dollar, because that will just be doing the same thing as well here. So wave 3 up here and wave 4 down here. And wave 4, this may get more complicated here, but the thing is, I mean, it looks like a nice wave 3 down here, but it's not going to be the case, because this move down here, this first leg here, as an A wave, well, you could look at this in 2 different ways, but whichever way you look at it, it's just 3 waves here. So it's bullish corrective, and we need that to finish. So while this is moving down further to the 72, we're going to see the US dollar index continue to move up in that case. I'm thinking that this would be like wave 1 here, pull back to the 61.8 for wave 2 here, then down for 3, 4 and 5. And US BHP, I'm not really sure on all of these, to be honest, but I know that we don't really want to be involved in them at the moment while the banks are pushing up. So we could end up from, well, for New York desk here is an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, a D wave and an E wave. We need to get 3 waves here to prove that first. That can bring back to well, it's been moving pretty high. Normally you'd look for the 61.8% mark, but we can see that wave D was really quite high here for this, so I don't think we should use that, but we'll just monitor that. The Australian BHP is completely different. It's made sort of more highs up here. It's just been looking at the weekly chart for that, not doing anything in this at the moment. I mean, I've got a position here. I'm just holding my position if I can find it there. The truth is, I don't know how to count this here. There's too many variations here. I'm thinking that see, I can't even put wave 4 here, because that's in 3 waves at that point. It just doesn't make sense. It's more like wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 1 here, wave 2, and building to the upside. Or we've got a B wave up here with an A wave, a B wave and a C wave as an expanded flat, and then we're going to drop from this point. We did see Rio drop yesterday as well, so that's I need to spend some more time on this. This is the weekly for Rio here. So I've got from this wave 4 here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and then I've got 5 waves up here for 3. So I need to look at that as an expanded flat, as an A and a B and a C wave here. I can count 5 waves in here, so technically I could put wave 5 here, but then we've got that new high here, and this little move in here appears to be corrective as well in here. So yeah, I'm just sort of still wondering, what that can be in here. I haven't got my head around it at this stage. So it looks sort of, I think that we're bullish here, to be honest. I think that we've got some sort of wave one here with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. You see how this one was an expanded flat here? We had that move down here, and then the move up, and then the move back again. I think that's what we got here, the move down, up, and down, and then we go, once we move down here a little bit further, taking out that low at least, and probably to the 61.8% of this move here. So I'll just pop that in there to there. So I think that's about right there. Tad higher and then up from that point. That's what I'm kind of thinking, but I don't know for sure. I'm just in the guessing game at this point. So we can't put that top in there because it's just not there yet. And yeah, I need to count this as a wave 4, even though it overlaps this wave 1 here, because it's an expanded flat correction. You won't get that in wave 1. So yeah, there's a few issues here. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one actually. So there's nothing I can do there. The FMG, I think this is the best bet for this. The time the banks finish their move and iron ore and copper finish their moves, well, then we'll see this C wave down here completed, and then we can look to purchase down here, and then we'll have a nice run up there. I thought we may have it over here. We never really got 5 waves in here, so that always made me a little bit sort of thing. But then when I've seen it getting support up here, I thought, oh my God, I mean, maybe we need to change, maybe I've made a mistake in here or something, and would have to change the F to the O there for, oh my God. But yeah, let's just wait for the banks to finish up, and then we'll spend some time on the tick chart in here. The work that we've been doing in CBA and so on, we will do that for the resources when the banks have finished their run, because then this will be more mature at that point, and we can put our focus and energy into this and take the money out of the finance sector and move it back into this sector. I think that's it. Let me just sort of check here for a moment. Well, Newcrest, here we'll just check on. So with Newcrest here, we're looking for wave 1 up here with an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave down here. So this C wave, we're looking for 1 and 2 and some 3 and 4 bounce off here, and then another move lower here for this, covering this gap over here. Not that it's a big deal, and then moving off from that point there. So I've decided to keep mine for the time being, and once this 5 waves here completes, as I mentioned before, then that's got to be the stopping point under that at that stage, because anything below that would open up a can of worms, a much bigger picture to the downside. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated, and yeah, enjoy the weekend. Cheers.